Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be the overview of the new Essence Spring Summer collection. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, Essence and Catrice reviews, and getting the use out of your makeup the way that I am, then definitely stay tuned because today we are doing the overview of the new products that Essence has come out with for Spring Summer 2023. I do these videos every single time they update their new lines. I did the Catrice one a couple of weeks ago when those products launched, and I haven't been able to find these anywhere but Cosmetic for Less for now. So they seem to be out in Germany, but nowhere else yet. And I just had a look online and found them the other day. Made sure I took some pictures so that we can put these all on my face in a first impression. So I did swatch everything so far, but I haven't put anything on my face yet. So we're going to discover together how these are going to fare. And then a few months down the line, when I have reviewed most of these things, I'll do a big roundup of both the Essence and Catrice videos and tell you, like give you the full lowdown of what I thought of these collections. But for that, I need to try things first. But yeah, as a spin-off from this video, I'm going to be putting these products into reviews, shop my stashes, and really give them a good try. That's definitely going to happen first. And in case you're new here, it may be good to know that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and it greatly skews my makeup preferences. And because I have been buying, trying, and reviewing makeup for more than a decade, I have some strong opinions as well. So if you'd like to join the Snow Angel Club, all you need to do is click the subscribe button down below. So let me give you an overview first of what we're going to do. The Essence releases are usually a little bit smaller and more curated than the Catrice ones, I feel. So I don't have quite a full face, but I can do most of it. And one product is actually a little bit more skincare-like, so I want to put that on first so I can then tell you about the products. And then we can get into the makeup. So Essence does this Hello Good Stuff line, and I've tried a lot of their products. And I thought that this new intense hydrogel with aloe water and hyaluron might be a primer-like product, but it's more like one of those aloe vera gels if you've ever tried those. My skin does not always like these. So I'm not sure what the like makeup of it is, but it seems to not just be aloe vera. I once tried one of these things that was just a bit of aloe vera with water, and it's the worst allergic reaction I ever had to a skincare product. So that's why I'm a bit apprehensive about this, but let me just throw this on because this is going to take a few minutes to sink into my skin, and that's going to be plenty of time to tell you about the other bits I got. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this goes. It's just one of those clear gels. I'll make sure to insert as many swatches and like close-up images because those are the pictures I already took. To show you those as we're going along as well, so that you can really get a good idea of what these products might do for you. I won't be able to test everything out just yet. Some people are disappointed by that, but you can expect me to do at least one other video because we have too many lip products to try out in a single video, and I need to film something else after this that also involves putting a lot of lipsticks onto my face. Because that's for the new the new Catrice Scandalous Matte. I haven't like filmed the video yet. So this feels nice, very refreshing. Can you use this as primer? When I was putting it on my face, like on the back of my hand yesterday and blending it in, I felt no. But now that I'm putting it on my face, it does seem to have a little bit of a more tacky feel to it. But I do think that this is probably just best as a skincare product. I had already done my skincare routine before sitting down, but yeah, I think this is okay. I can probably use it up as like part of my morning skincare routine at some point for sure. So let me tell you what we're going to be talking about. So there isn't a lot in terms of like actual base in the new Essence launch. I only found this concealer that was new. They did have like on a lot of the images and a lot of the release information I saw, they seem to be re-promoting the Stay All Day collection, but that's been around for at least 12 years, so there's nothing new about it. And it's now just been rebranded, at least the concealer has been rebranded to be like 14 hours of wear rather than 16, and there seem to be different shades. So I didn't really feel like trying that, but this is brand new and I've never tried before. There are some cheek products, so we've got some cream blush and highlight, and we've got new highlighters that I bought both just so we can see them on my fair skin. Got a new setting spray, which the spritzer wasn't great when I swatched it. They are doing another rendition of one of those like pink, like, you know, color changing sort of products. This is the Space Glow lipstick. Okay. And then we've just got some new brow gel, some new eye products, and then we have lip products. So I'll show you everything and I'll talk about everything, but the eyeshadow palette and also all of the lipsticks. So there's liquid lipsticks and some sort of like tinted lip oil, lip stain kind of thing. Those I will only be talking about in today's video. I can't show them on yet, but rest assured that those are going to come up in other videos for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, so let's chat about this concealer. This is the Essence Multitask Concealer. And by the way, if you want to know what other products I'm substituting to create the full face makeup look, of course, everything is going to be in the description box down below, so you can find that. But this concealer is the Multitask Concealer Erase, Cover, and Care in the lightest shade, which is Cool Porcelain. And it's one of those twist-up things with a brush. And it's a little bit too dark, I think. All of the packaging, by the way, feels really, really cheap. I wasn't in love with the packaging on any of these, but I have to say that with some of these products that are new, I'm very impressed with like what the product actually felt like. So even though the packaging seems a little like flimsy and easy to break, like this as well, like it feels like if you drop it, it would fall apart. Which I think is a bit of a downside, but that's definitely something they've saved money on, it seems. And I'm just going to apply this like I would apply my regular concealer. And I think, you know, it can work. It can work. So this concealer blends it very nicely, but it's definitely not a high coverage concealer. I had not expected it to be because these like brush applicator concealer are usually very lightweight, but they're not as glowy as I usually find these to be. So very often these are more like under eye brighteners, those kind of things. It's definitely more of like a concealer shade rather than an actual like brightening shade that you could use. The shade is actually pretty good for me. It's not something that I feel very offensive in, but I do think it only comes in 4 and the deepest shade wasn't all that deep. And if you're anything lighter than I am, then this is also not gonna work for you because it is quite yellow. And because I have like more of a neutral undertone in my skin, I can sometimes get away with things that are a bit more yellow, but it's okay for me. But I don't think this is gonna be like my favorite concealer ever. And with these twist up things, I always find that you don't get a lot of product. This only comes with 3 milliliters. And I think this is one that you can go through really, really quickly, not just because you don't get a lot of product, but also because you do need to twist it up a few times every single time you use it in order to get a full face application. So I think that if you were to purchase this, even though it's very affordable, it could actually end up costing you more if you were to repurchase it over time constantly. So that's always something I like to bear in mind when it comes to these things. Are you ready for some new cheek products? So there is a cream blush and bronzer that come in very similar packaging. The Baby Got Blush and Baby Got Bronze. Both of these only come in 1 shade. I have to say, this again, super cheap plastic packaging that feels like it's gonna fall apart within minutes. But the products, when I swatch these, they feel like high-end things. I was swatching this bronzer stick and the thing it reminded me of straight away was the Milk Makeup bronzing stick in Milk that I love. So the question is, if this shade is right for me, I may have to like, because in March I want to do another like round of dupes as shorts, like little videos to see if I have anything else going on in my collection. And I think this may be worth a shot to see how similar it might be, because this shade, when I swatched it on the back of my hand, it just really reminded me of that. And this looked really pretty too. What are the shades? It's Cinnamon Spice for the bronzer and Tickle Me Pink in the blush. Maybe there's one other shade in the blush, but I looked at this and just wasn't enticed. I was like, this is not my kind of shade. But then again, I swatched it on the back of my hand and it was this really pretty, fresh, pinky peach. I think this can be very flattering for a lot of people, but the scent. These smell very sort of fruity, like, again, sour candy kind of scent. If that's not your thing, you're not gonna like these. But I'm pretty impressed with these. Like, in terms of like what they can do, I think they can offer us a lot. And just apply this and see what it does. Oh yes. Liking this shade already. So that is what that bronzer looks like, and it's actually really pretty, but you know, if this shade works for me, then it's not gonna work for many other people, I think. I do have to say that as pretty as this looks right now, I do feel like, I'm not sure, but is it just me or does it look a little bit green? So I'm not too sure about the undertone. I would have to wear this a bit more to really see whether it stays put. But the first impression on this is quite nice. And while it feels very small and dinky, it says here that it does come with 5.5 grams of product, which for a cream bronzer, I think is actually pretty decent as well. I already chatted to you about the blush, but I think I want to apply highlighter first, and I couldn't choose. So I got both. This is the new Gimme Glow Luminous Highlighter. And again, really cheap plastic packaging that just doesn't feel that interesting. This is Glowy Champagne and we have Lovely Rose. And I wanted to try both because Essence can do some really good highlighters. But I wasn't super impressed when I looked at these at first. I was like, oh, really, Essence? Is that what we're gonna do? And then I swatched them because in the pan, they really don't look that exciting. And then I swatched it. Like that's the champagne one. And that's the rose one. I do think the champagne one is probably better for me. The rose one seems to have a bit of a cast. And these feel so thin, like they're not gonna do anything. And then, look at that shine. I was so impressed with it. When I swatched it, I was like, Essence? What's going on? So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to put the golden champagne one on this cheek and the rose one on this cheek, and then we can see how both of these look. So that's what the champagne one looks like. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that's very pretty. Like, I just looked at these online when they were announced and I was like, oh, this is not gonna be my collection. But there are some good things in here. Let me do the rose one. Ooh, it's more like a cool tone pink. I thought this was gonna have more of a cast. It looks darker in the pan. Ooh, I can't choose. Like, these are, you don't need both. I think if you're a cool undertoned person, get the pinky one. If you're a warm undertone person, get the golden champagne one for sure. But oh wow, especially that pink one. It especially in the lighting here, if I look at it in real life, it just looks like my skin. Essence, for real, I'm so happy with these. Now the blush. Is this going to be the best cheek look that Essence has ever produced? Who knows? I mean, I've tried so many of their products and sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's just so mediocre. There we go. And then I just really like warming up cream blush in between my fingers. Look at how natural that looks. I mean, I'm sure you can build it up. I'll do that in a minute. So let me build up this side a bit more. Just to intensify it a bit so you can hopefully see a little bit better. But this is that fresh in from the cold, like cold girl look type thing. It's really that. Like, I want to start putting this all over my nose now, but I know that's not really a good look for me, so I'm not going to do that. But if you were so inclined and you like that blush over the nose kind of look, this is perfect for that. Like, I really, really like this. This is a really pretty cheek look. I've just very quickly put a bit of brow pencil through my brows because we have a new brow gel. This is the Thick and Wow Fixing Brow Mascara with the shade Caramel Blonde. And I think this seems okay, but like, what am I supposed to do with that applicator? Like, if you have very small brows, this is not gonna work. Let's see how that goes. It's like, I can't really get it. Like, it's just the brush brushing my brow hairs up, but there's very little product on the actual bristle. Which, you know, it can be a good thing because the brush is so huge. But it's almost as if I'm just brushing up my brow hairs and it's not really doing anything. I'm gonna have to test this out more to say more about it, but unlike the cheek, I'm not overly wowed with this upon first application. Let's talk about eyes. We've got some products here. I already told you the eyeshadow palette I won't be using today, but there is a new of the like travel series that they have been doing. Over here we got some different ones that you can find in the US, but this is new in Europe. I did see in some of the information I found about the new collection that there would be bigger palettes as well, but I think that may actually be part of an upcoming like spring limited edition collection. Like, they seem to be like 15 pans. But those I couldn't find yet, but maybe, you know, if I do find them, I might still be able to give them a shot, who knows. But this is the Welcome to Marrakesh eyeshadow palette, and this was really intriguing to me. I tried the Miami and Roma palettes, and those were okay. Like, quality-wise, they were all right. They're not the best eyeshadow, and you can do some cool looks with it for sure. This one is quite a lot of neutrals. We get some cooler tones here, but it's pretty warm leaning, as you will see in the swatch. But it's a very nice neutral color story with some purples. So I think this can appeal to a lot of people. Also, by the way, if you're wondering, Micah, why aren't you showing the powder foundation? That's because the powder foundation seems to be a US only product and we can't get it. So that's why I don't have that. What I will be playing around with is some of these new eyeliners that they're doing. They do an entire line of new like gel eyeliners. So this is the Stay and Play gel eyeliner, waterproof and long lasting. These are ones you need to sharpen, which I'm not a huge fan of. But I have this like charcoal gray, which I think I want to use today in Stardust Love. Then we have Midnight Sky, which is this like tealy kind of shade. And then I have Emerald Dragon, which maybe I want to use today as well as a bit of like top lash line liner. Because this is a stunning dark green. And these seem to be like indeed this like gel eyeliner kind of thing. So they are very creamy and they all have a bit of like shine running through it, which is really pretty. What we are going to be playing with is this, the Luminous Eye Tint Liquid Shadow in the shade Shimmering Taupe. You knew when there would be a taupe shade in this line that I was gonna try it. And let me just, we need to take a minute for this. Because that is a swatch. And it looked not that silvery, but then when you blend it in, it's this like glass-like, really pretty, like, and I thought it was so stunning to put this on now and then film the Catrice lipstick video wearing just a few of these liners with this all over the lid. So I think that's what I want to do, just to see also like how this, like if I can build it up to maybe have it look a little bit more intense, and then just the charcoal and the green eyeliner to make a nice little look. So that's what I'm going to be playing around with right now. like that. And then we're gonna put the Taupe eye tint on top. So I don't feel I need to build this up anymore. I've just used the green liner just to have a bit of like a smudgy like hint of green on the lower, like on the top lash line. And then I used the charcoal gray one to like tight line between my lashes. And then I just popped like 3 little dots of this eye tint on every eye. And I think that's a very pretty, like more neutral look, but we've got a little bit of interest because of the green liner, which I do like. Let me apply mascara and then we're gonna talk lips. Right, so for lips, I'm not really going to be doing much of any interest today because the main thing is going to happen in another upcoming video. So by the end of this month, already in February, it's going to be one of the last videos to go live this month, I will be trying out the new Tinted Kiss hydrating lip tints. That's what these are called. And I'll make sure to insert some close-ups and the swatches I did as well. It comes in 4 shades and 3 of them look really similar. Like, I was like, is that really going to make much of a difference? But these definitely stain your lips. I wasn't sure because they're called lip tints. I was like, what is this supposed to do? Is it just a gloss? And it definitely feels like a gloss when you first like apply it. But within seconds, I only had these on my arm for a hot minute and then I took them off and I was left with a really nice, almost neon-like looking stain. And I was like, Essence? Like this looks like a very warm toned brown, weird orange shade, but the stain of this was like a neon peach. So I want to try these. I want to see what these can do. I'm now a lot more excited about these now that I've swatched them because in the tube, they look a little lackluster. So I definitely want to give these a good enough chance, which is why I'm going to be putting them in a separate Essence lipstick video. And the other part of that video, we're gonna chat about this. And this is the 8-Hour Matte Liquid Lipstick. Comes in 8 shades. 5 of them are brown. But yeah, this is one of them. This is 3 soft beige. But it's like 5 like really true like beigey. Why am I saying 5? It's 4. 4 beigey brown nudes. Those are the first 4. Then we get like 2 rosy mauvey kind of shades. And then there are 2 reds in this collection. So again, I will have shown you close-ups and swatches of these. These seem to be like your standard liquefied lipstick. I'm not sure I'm gonna love these. And when I do that video, I'll probably have to put these one on first and then the lip stains because these are gonna be a little bit difficult to perhaps play with. But I do have something to throw on my lips. I already mentioned it at the start of the video. This is the Space Glow Color Changing Lipstick. So they've been doing one of these in like every single collection they've been doing in the past year. And it's one of those lipsticks that turns pink. It looks purple. And it's this really nice like tie-dye effect. These are cute. They're nothing anything special. Is it me or does it look purple? Down here. So this feels as creamy as a lip balm. Like it's very buttery. Term is overused in the makeup community, but it melds onto your lips. And now I do feel that it starts to look a little bit more pink. It's like instant. It definitely gives a nice pink quality to your lips. So again, if you want to go for that really fresh look, then I think this may be nice. One more product left, and it's this. This is the Hello Good Stuff 48-Hour Hydro Fixing Spray. This is with coconut, but this is very aggressive in the spritz. Like there's actual bubbles in this spray. Not great. It smells heavily of coconut. Heavily. So let's try it on the rest of my face. Ugh. Onslaught of the setting spray. Oh, this is actually the kind of setting spray that makes your makeup look worse. It's too wet because of there being actual bubbles when you spray it on, because the spritzer is so aggressive. That's where your makeup starts to cake up. So this will not be my favorite. I don't think I'll even keep it around for very long because the scent, ugh, it's like not good coconut scent. And I feel like my entire sweater is covered in it now as well. So those are all the products I wanted to share with you today. Definitely stay tuned for Shop My Stashes and reviews that I'm gonna do very soon with you. I'm going to be doing that Essence lipstick video towards the end of the month. The eyeshadow palette is going to be showing up in my March eyeshadow palette review video. And the other products I'll just be rolling into Shop My Stashes as we go along. But yeah, I'm happiest with the cheeks. So if you're looking for like cheek products, then I think this Essence collection is killing it. These feel cheap, but they perform really well going on. I just hope they also last. That's the only thing I can still hope for. And I also am pretty chuffed with this like eyeshadow thing. Like I think they're doing a good job in some areas, but in other areas they can definitely improve. So yeah, that's it for me for today. Those are the products I wanted to share with you from the new Essence Spring Summer 2023 update. I really hope it was useful for you, that you got a good idea of what's out there, what's new from Essence. And then I hope you'd like to stay tuned for all of that other content. And then I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye-bye.